G'day to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. It's 8:45 on a Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Christos Anesti to all my Greek Orthodox and Eastern Orthodox friends. And as you can see, it's a glorious Sydney autumn day. The wind from those flags up there, the wind looks like it's just variable at the moment, but looks like it's coming from the southwest, and we'll see what happens with all that cloud on the horizon. At the moment the sun's shining, it's mild, it's quite beautiful actually. It's a great time of year. As I've said time and time again, autumn is without doubt my favourite Sydney season. So what I'll do is I'll go up here and head up to the overseas passenger terminal, and we'll go through a book summary. And the book summary that I've got for today, and I do need to get through 5 in order to stay on track to get to my 1,000 logs by my 61st birthday, is entitled Extraordinary Influence by an author named Tim Irwin. So this book, of course, is all about influence and how we get the best out of the people around us, our families, our friends, and how we also get the best out of ourselves, because all of these things are tricks of the trade. And once you've formed a family, you got married, you had children, and you're surrounded by people who depend on you, then it becomes extremely important to be able to be a person of extreme and extraordinary influence, but also to be a person of extraordinary positive influence. So the author kicks off the book with a quote which basically gives us a taste of the theme that they focus on. And he says that we gain an extraordinary ability to transform others when we affirm and validate them rather than doing the opposite. And I think we can all agree with that. We just love being around people who like us, people who validate us, who affirm us, who make us feel important, who make us feel special and valued. If there's one lesson that young people can learn, and the lesson is to try and be positive and to validate and support and affirm those people around them and in their social circle, because by doing that you're lifting them and you're also creating significant value in a world where there's a lot of negativity, there's a lot of fear, uncertainty and doubt. So one thing that you can do that will have the biggest impact on the people around you, including your family, your friends and your loved ones, is to be a positive influence and one who affirms and validates the loved ones in their lives, rather than to criticize and undermine and to make foul those people in their lives. So the bottom line, let's cut it short, let's cut to the chase. The bottom line is that praise is the key to helping others reach potential. And we all learn this when we're young, especially when we're teaching our pets tricks and all of that sort of stuff. And it's called positive reinforcement. And positive reinforcement simply is the ability to be able to work with someone and to just give them rewards whenever they're doing something which is good and positive. Because by being positive and praising people, what you're doing is you're appealing to their deepest values and skills. So what are affirmations? What is validation? According to the author here, affirmations and validations are the process of building a supportive environment of encouraging people to act on their own intuition. What you want to do for your children, for your family, for your friends, is to let them be free. Let them be free to express themselves and not to try and second guess, not to be walking on eggshells. I guess over the years we've all had family, friends and people, bosses, work peers in our lives who are awkward, and you feel as if you're walking on eggshells every time you initiate or engage them in conversation, and you know how stifling it becomes because you can't really express yourself fully because you're always saying, what if what I say irritates them or is taken the wrong way, and invariably they always take things the wrong way, and just life becomes just, as I said, awkward and painful. But the author here also goes on to peel the onion and to say a few more things, where he said that affirmation is far more than just a pat on the back. Remembering that anybody can pat anybody on the back. It can be genuine or it could be ingenuine. So let's find out a little bit more in terms of what the author means by what he says, that affirmations are more than just a pat on the back or just a mere passing compliment. Because what the author says is that the way humans are wired, the way we're wired, is that we crave affirmation. We crave people telling us that what we're doing is right, what we're doing is good, and what we're doing is appreciated. So the very word affirmation means to fortify, to strengthen. And the way we do this is by focusing on other people's strengths and the good things about them, rather than reminding them or focusing on any weakness that they may have, knowing very well that we all have weaknesses, we all have gaps in our capabilities. We're all on a development path, so we're not perfect. A lot of us are work in progress and will continue to be work in progress for many, many years. So I guess from the author's perspective is we don't want to focus on that stuff which is not there yet, but to focus on all the other stuff, the stuff that we do well and the stuff that we're known for. So then the author raises a very, very sensitive point, and that is the point of criticism. And the author says here, and we all know this, we've all been here, we've all tasted that terrible taste of being criticised in public, because when you're criticised and attacked in public, it has a long-lasting negative effect. So the rule of thumb is that if you have something to say to somebody, even if somebody attacks you on Facebook or says something that really, really annoys you, the trick from the author here is to never ever criticize or attack somebody in public, because it's something that they will never forget. The impacts are long lasting, and you are injuring and humiliating somebody, which is probably not the right thing to do, especially if you're a person who wants to be a role model and to contribute to those around them. Because what we all want, what we all thrive for, according to the author here, is we want to be accepted by our peers, because humans, according to what we know, and we know this very, very well, are very, very social. We all are wired to be social, and we want to be accepted by the ones who we deem to be our peers. Because what it does is when you feel accepted, when you feel welcomed into a social circle, or you connect with people or a group, it fires and releases dopamine and gives you a sense of well-being. So the pleasure hormones that you've got in your body are activated when you feel a sense of acceptance, a sense of connection, and you are welcomed. And on the other hand, rejection is extremely painful for many people, because what it does is that it erodes our sense of belief in ourselves, our self-beliefs. It erodes that foundation. So it's all good, and it's all very, very good to praise people in public. But if you want to say something that is negative, the author says the best way to do it is to do it in public, one-on-one, and to be very, very selective with what you say and how you say it. Then the author goes on to talk about a topic that I guess many of us can relate to, and that's the performance review when you're working in a corporate environment. And every year or every 6 months, you sit down with your boss, your manager, and you end up going through a performance review. And like the author says here that he never ever enjoyed the process of going through a performance review because he found it quite negative and painful. And I guess all of us have had those times where you sit down with your boss and they say all these good things, and then they unleash and tell you all the things that you need to improve in, which I guess when you're working hard and you're contributing and you feel as if you're a great part of the team, it does knock the wind out of your sails. And as we said, it leads to self-doubt and a sense of disconnection. And as we said, we always tend to feel underappreciated when people tend to focus on our negatives and remind us of our negatives, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to do the right thing. We're all trying to do the best we can with the resources, the skills, and the circumstances that we have surrounding us. So I guess the big lesson from this book is to be very cautious with what you say, how you say it, and the environment in which you say it. So here we are up on the little platform here at the International Passenger Terminal above the fine dining restaurant named Key. And as you can see, it's a glorious, glorious view from up here. It's a 360 degree view of Sydney Harbour. And I'm always surprised that I come up here on these beautiful, beautiful days and I hardly see anybody making the most of this absolutely beautiful vantage point. So if you're at home, just get on the train, come into the city, come into Circular Quay, and the Circular Quay station is over there, and it's just a 300 metre walk, and you can come here and be the king or queen of the world. Bring some lunch, bring a coffee, and just sit up here and just enjoy watching the ferries come and go. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there for now. So thank you once again for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club. I'm making good ground. I need to do 5 vlogs today and 5 vlogs every single day for the next I think 15 days or 16 days till my birthday, in order to hit that target that I've set myself of 1,000 vlogs in English. So thank you for joining me. We've just gone through a book summary entitled Extraordinary Influence by Tim Irwin, and we've learnt a few things. We've picked up a few points that we can incorporate in our lives. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and most importantly, let's be a positive influence on ourselves and those around us, and use the art of affirmation and validation to help the people around us grow and develop. And don't be negative, especially in public. Always try and say something which is positive, something that is welcomed, because your negativity, your toxicity is most unwelcomed. I've got to tell you, nobody wants people around them who are negative and who are toxic. So if you have bouts and those sorts of challenges in your life, then the best thing is to try and work at it, put together a journal, and just write down whenever you're feeling toxic, whenever you're feeling negative. Don't unleash on the people around you, but just save it. Save it for your journal, write it down, analyze it, and just put a cap on it. Because there's only a limit to how much negativity that your friends, your family, the people around you will accept before they remove you and ostracize you from the group, the community that you're part of. And to remember that our brains crave affirmation. It craves praise. So give praise, genuine praise, freely. Look for some positive things to say about the people around you and how it impacts you and the relationship, and just be a source of honey for the people who you make contact with. Anyway, I look forward to coming to you again from a different location with a different message, a message of empowerment, where we can be the wind beneath our wings, the waves beneath our boards, the zephyr that billows our sails and flutters our flags, and the huge turbines, the huge props that guide and propel our crafts to where we want to go, and to make the most of this fair weather that we have available to us. The years where we've got our health, we've got our family around us, and everything is going swimmingly, knowing that each and every moment is indeed a blessing that needs to be embraced, and to express our gratitude for these wonderful days that we still have in our lives, because it's only just yesterday that I received yet another text from a friend of mine telling me that another school friend of mine has passed away, and sadly Peter Garlick passed away and was suffering with cancer. So I didn't even know that he was suffering. But I do remember that just 4 years ago, we were sitting together at the same table at a reunion that we had for my school year, the 1977 year at Newington College, and we chatted and we got on like a house of fire. But there again, another reminder that we don't know when that last time, when that last farewell, when that last goodbye is actually going to be the last one, until of course the second coming, where we all get to hopefully be united as one with God. Anyway, thank you very much, and I look forward to chatting to you again, and enjoy this most wonderful, wonderful day in this beautiful city of Sydney. Yassas. Bye for now.